Hello everyone. Let's start. Today, we'll be talking about a concept called state file in Terraform. State file. You may ask, you know, have you, we are, trying Terraform maybe a couple of days. You didn't get a doubt, if we delete it, some resource manually we tried it, immediately Terraform knows it. How it knows? Or let's say when we import something, we imported the existing EC2 resource to our Terraform configuration. How the hell it worked? I mean, where it stored all the information? All the answer is, state file, Terraform state file. There is a file called .tf state. Usually it will be in your local laptop, wherever your Terraform code is. See .tf state. This is a state file. Let's open with Notepad++. So, of course, I haven't created anything. So this state file, someone is here. Yeah, sorry, I was saying. So this state file stores all your infrastructure, whatever you created. So all your current state. Let's say I created EC2 instance, it will store that information for in this state file. Let's say you delete something, of course it will be deleted. So it will keep track of your infrastructure, whatever you have created through Terraform. Let's say I created an instance with T2 micro, it will store it. And if you changed it manually, so maybe T2 nano or some other instance type, it does not know about it. So what happens when you run Terraform apply? It will try to compare every time your state file with the current infrastructure. So it will try to maintain both the things. Like let's say you created an EC2 instance, and okay, the information is stored. And now what happened? Manually you updated the size, maybe let's say. So what happens is now Terraform doesn't know the change, obviously. You know what happens when you run Terraform apply every time? What happens is this state file will get refreshed. When it refresh, what happens is it will try to compare whatever the infrastructure is in state file with the current infrastructure. So then it will identify the change. Okay, someone changed it manually, so I need to update it. So like that it will keep track of your changes. It can be a small change, it will keep track of it. But why the hell we need to store the information? Why in the first place? You know why? You know, to why? Just imagine you have created hundreds of servers through Terraform and you accidentally deleted all of them. I mean, it won't happen, but you accidentally deleted some of them, let's say. How to get it back? You don't know the server name, you don't know what AMIs they are using, you don't know what key pair they are using, what is the instance type, nothing you know. But Terraform knows it. How? Because it has state file. So if you lost something, some infrastructure, you can retrieve it back with the state file. You can retrieve it back with the state file. That's the advantage. First, let's create our resources. Terraform, I think let's init first. Sorry, it's been 24 hours. It'll initialize, blah blah blah. Terraform validate. Now Terraform plan. Obviously it all will work, but yeah, let's try. There is nothing wrong in executing these commands. So yeah, it is going to create. Now let's Terraform apply. So what will I mean, of course we have, yesterday we have seen module, right? So it's applying the module, so that's fine. It's creating it, no worries. Yes, please create. So now what's happening here is we have information about the infrastructure what it's creating. So once it's reloading. It will take some time, obviously, don't worry. Once it is created, let's see here. See, each and every information it will be stored in the state file. Let's say, see module, right? That's what you created. See, data you fetching the default VPC, HashiCorp AWS. See, VPC you're fetching, this is the VPC. Every information is to instance. What is AMI, ARN, public IP, availability zone. You're creating EC2 instance. And whatever the tag also, which will be happening. Every information it will be created actually. So why? So that if something is lost, maybe manually I deleted the bucket. Let's say, let's go here. The bucket is there. Of course, we have seen this already. If I delete a bucket, what happens? Next time, whenever I do Terraform apply or Terraform plan, it will show me 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, let it delete. Bucket deleted. Done. Now it means, but still in the state file, sorry, S3 somewhere, where is it? Yeah, see, still in the state file the bucket exists. See the name, because you deleted the bucket manually, not with Terraform. Correct? If you delete with Terraform, this state file also will get updated, but you deleted manually. But the resource is created through Terraform. So now Terraform, when I do Terraform plan, let's see, it will refresh the state file. Oh, what did I do something? Let me just, yeah, sorry, my bad, I just accidentally clicked something. Let's see. See, if you observe here, it will refreshing the state. Sorry, where is it? See, refreshing the state. How? What do you mean refreshing is? It will refresh the state file, whatever is present here, with your current AWS infrastructure. It will try to compare it. Okay, he told to create S3 bucket, which is missing. He told to create EC2. Okay, it's running. All good. That's why, see, S3 bucket is missing. It is trying to recreate, because this S3 bucket details exist in the state file. That's why it is trying to recreate. Otherwise, it won't work. Let's apply. So the bucket will be created like this. Of course, it will create. We have already seen this, but yeah, it will create. But as I told you, right? If you create something through Terraform, you have to delete that through Terraform only. Don't delete manually. You got it what I'm saying? So if you delete manually, again Terraform tries to recreate it. Let's say I want to delete with Terraform. How to delete? Terraform destroy is there. But how to delete we have already seen. How, if you do Terraform destroy, it will delete everything. How to delete specific target? Target, you can keep resource. What is that? AWS. I want to create, let's say, bucket. This one. Maybe this is the right name. Let's copy this. Sorry, wait. Oh, I forgot this is the command line. Okay, right click won't work. Okay, my bad. Terraform. Let's see. What I am telling is, I am telling to only delete the S3 bucket. Let's see what happens. It's refreshing. Obviously, it will refresh every time. See, it's deleting the bucket. Want to destroy. So, specific resource we can able to delete like this. Let's see what happens with state file once it's deleted. Correct. Let's go. Reload. Look for S3. S3 is not there because we deleted the S3. It's not there. Now, if you do Terraform apply, it will come again. Terraform plan. It will show that bucket needs to be created again. Why like that? Let's see, if it works or not. See, it is showing again. We created the bucket with Terraform. We deleted again. Why it is showing? You know why? The code exists. The code within the module exists. Where is it? See, this exists. That's why if you want to delete really, some resource through Terraform, don't delete like that. Terraform destroy target like that. All you have to do is simply comment this code. Let's comment it like this. Let's try Terraform plan now. Hopefully Terraform S3 won't be showing to us. I commented out. See, nothing. So like that usually we delete. If we want to delete some resource through Terraform, we simply comment the code like this. And what happens is, obviously Terraform will refresh the state, and in the code it's not there, but in Terraform state file it is there. So it means there is some extra. So Terraform prompts you to delete it. Maybe let's try one more thing. Maybe I want to delete a subnet. Just example, I want to delete this subnet. Its subnet exists currently. I mean, it's created. You know it already. Let's try Terraform plan. What happens? See, it is deleting. What's happening here? State file refreshing the state, and it got all the details. Okay, yes, subnet also there is a 2 instance or other security group, so everything is fine. And it's trying to compare the code. In the code, it's not there. We commented it obviously. Okay, it means subnet is an extra thing, so I need to delete. Terraform things like that, and it will prompt you to delete. So if you want to delete a resource, comment the resource. Don't just simply use Terraform destroy. Of course, we can use it. No, not wrong, but most cases we don't use that. It's a very dangerous command. Okay, that's why we follow like this approach. Of course, if you do Terraform apply, it will delete. Obviously, I don't want to delete. Let's keep it. But yeah, that's about the state file. So what happens is, it will store each and every information, whatever the infrastructure that you have created through Terraform. I'm telling you again, through Terraform only. Not if you created instance manually, how the hell Terraform knows it? No, it does not know that. So only whatever you created through Terraform, it will store that information. So that if you delete also, you can able to retrieve it back with the state file. If the state file itself is deleted, what the hell you do? It's not that easy to revert back. We can revert back, but trust me, it's not that easy. So always you have to secure your state file. But how do I secure? Because the state file is part of my Terraform code. The file name is this one. See, terraform.tf state. .tf state is the state file. Backup is the backup. Usually it will take. We don't worry about it. So .tf state is the file, but it's just a file. I can just simply right click and delete it. How to what is that? Sorry. How to secure it? How to secure it is, that's when we decide to store this state file in somewhere remote place, like in S3 in AWS. Since we know AWS, we're working on AWS, we'll be storing the bucket in S3 state file in S3 bucket. So S3 bucket, we'll be storing the state file in S3 for securing it, as well as locking the state file. So let's say, what is locking means, you may heard of it. Currently I'm just one guy, I'm just showing you Terraform plan apply, it will work. But let's say there are two guys, two developers, let's say, who are working on Terraform at the same time. They just did Terraform plan. Same time I did Terraform plan, that other developer also did Terraform plan at the same time. What happens now? What happens is, Terraform does not understand which to take. See, I gave you two plates. Which to take? Both are different items. So if I give one by one, you will take it. Okay, first you will take mine, second you will take others, like that. At the exact same time, I gave you two things. What you take? You don't know, you will be confused. Terraform also like that. If you do any Terraform action at the same time, simultaneously, it doesn't understand. So that's where the concept comes, state locking. We'll see that. Very easy, very simple. All we have to do is create an S3 bucket to store your state file, to lock your state file. Another one is DynamoDB table, where we create a DynamoDB table to log the state file. To log the state file means it will allow multiple connections at the same time. Because if let's say you do you made some change, you do Terraform plan. What's happening here is you're modifying the state, right? You add a new resource, create something. What you're doing there, you're modifying the state file obviously internally. So these modifications internally concurrently it won't accept by default. With the help of DynamoDB table, it will allow to you. So all we have to do is create an S3 bucket. Of course, we have an S3 bucket. Can we use this? Yeah, let's use this. No worries. And we have to create a DynamoDB table. DynamoDB is one of the service. We might not have discussed this, but yeah, it's a NoSQL database service. Just create a table. There is no database actually in that. Directly we create tables and we use it. So let's say we have already a bucket. What to do? Now we have to create this DynamoDB table. Just click on the table, create a table. Give maybe something, log ID, anything. So the table name should be like this, no spaces, nothing. Capital, small, it's your wish. I mean, I'm just give like that. Anything you can give. And partition key. So now this is fine. This is fine. Default settings. Default settings. So at partition key, give like this, log ID. Let's remove this. Just give the table name and try to create. Let's see. We'll do it. Oh, partition key is mandatory. Then yeah, it's log underscore log ID tf log. The bucket name is the table name is tf log. Partition key mandatorily have to give log ID, capital L, capital ID. It's created. It's creating. Sorry. Let's see whether. I mean, now we have created. Let's wait. Let's wait. Yeah, bucket is ready. Bucket is to store the state file remotely. Because if we bucket, we can restrict the bucket, right? So that no others can delete it. We can lock the we can state file here. I mean, the object locking is here, right, in S3. We can have to do that so that no one can delete it. But in local, you can't delete it. So that's why we use the bucket, S3 bucket. And if you are using Azure, there is something called Azure Blob Store, so you can store there. But it depends on cloud. And why the DynamoDB table? So that we can Terraform will allow multiple concurrency modifications to state file. It means concurrency means simultaneously, parallelly. So parallelly it will allow multiple modifications to state file. Multiple times multiple users can able to work on at the same time with Terraform, like Terraform plan. Obviously in organizations that's how we'll be working. We have 12 people in our team, so everyone will work on Terraform on regular basis. So we can't wait for one by one, right? So obviously that's why we do table, so that it will allow. How the hell it will allow? That we'll see. Don't worry. So in order to store your state file in S3 bucket, what you have to do is you have to create a new file called backend.tf, and you have to define your configuration there. What to define? Simply just do like this, Terraform. So backend S3 we are storing, so we call it S3 backend. Why? Because uh, the state file we are storing in this bucket, right? We call this backend configuration, where the bucket name and the bucket name, region, and what is it, cloud DynamoDB table name will be present. So Terraform will use that. So what is the key? So key is like which folder you want to store your state file. I'll just give the state file name, terraform.tf state. Is this the same file name here? See, if you want to store some in some folder in S3, you can give like this, prod slash something like that. That's obviously you can give like this. That's fine. I don't want any folder. Region, I believe Ireland. You, how the hell I know the Ireland? Let's see. No, this is coming over. Manage properties. US one. These are all fine. Forget about all these things. Next, what is there? Oh, I forgot. Encrypt. So encrypt, it will automatically encrypt it. So DynamoDB table. What is a TF lock? I believe that's the DynamoDB table. Let's verify once again. TF hyphen lock. Yes. Now this information, obviously I need to close it. The file name is backend.tf. Where is it? Yeah, it's in here. So this configuration you can keep in main.tf also. That is also fine. No issues. But it's good to keep it in separate file. That's it. Now what we did here is we defined a backend configuration. What is the backend configuration? Store the state file, the where the bucket, the path, the file path. I mean inside the S3 bucket, and region, encrypt also, DynamoDB table. Next, we add the backend configuration. First thing we have to do is init. You know why the init happens here? Oh, there is something wrong. Dynamo spelling wrong. Dynamo, right? It is Dynamo again. Sorry. What still? DynamoDB table. The hell, man. My bad. It should be DynamoDB table, not Dynamo table or Dynamo. See, there is something issue here. It does not exist. Oh wait. Terraform is not tracking it. The bucket. Where is the main.tf? Go to module main.tf. I commented the bucket, obviously, right? Now let's remove this. Let's do Terraform plan first, because I committed the bucket. Terraform does not know the bucket name now, so I had to uncommit it, and I am just replanning it. That's it. Now Terraform will track this bucket, obviously. Want to add the bucket exists? Yes. Let's refresh. The hell, the bucket does not exist. Sorry. Let's create, or let's wait. Now who is joining? Let's create our own bucket then. Maybe this 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, this one. It's fine. Blah blah blah. Default settings. Bucket created. Now let's paste our backend configuration. Bucket name, obviously change it. Test 1 2 3. Remove. Let's initialize again. Let's see now. See, it's asking something. Do you want to copy existing state to the new backend? New backend means the new, no, the backend configuration which we did. Yes, please copy it. So the state file will be copied to this bucket. It's already done, I guess. Let's go. See, this is your state file. See, it's uploaded to S3 bucket. Now every time, whenever the state file is changed, it will be updated here. Got it? Let's say in our local state file, tf state, reload, yes, there is nothing. See why? Because now Terraform does not store anymore in local, because it has its own. It has backend, right? Now own backend configuration is there. Why the hell it will store in local now? Let's download it. See, in JSON format it will download to you. Where is this in downloads? See, sorry. See the state file. See, this is the state file, right? Every time the state file will be applied whenever you change something. Let's this one. Let's see. Now, of course, I'm doing Terraform plan. Blah 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 blah. See, acquiring state lock, now it's different a little, because now we are storing the state file in a remote storage, I mean S3 obviously. So it is talking to S3, that S3 bucket every time, and refreshing the state, updating the, checking the state. So the bucket is missing, so it is created. Now there is no local state file, so all is in S3, which will be easier for us. Let's say obviously it will create, the state will be updated, whatever the state is in S3 is there, right? Let's see, the bucket is created, refresh it. Yeah, bucket is created. Of course, state is updated. How the hell I know state is updated? 731. Or simply, you can download it. You can download the state file, you can check it. So this is the old state file, right? Let's old state file, check. S3 won't be there. S3 is there, see, not there. Let's delete this. Now this is the latest one. Download, yes, this is just now. Search for S3. See, S3 bucket exists. See, it will update the state file. So like this, every time it will get updated automatically, you don't need to worry about it. And of course, one thing we need to do in here is enable the bucket versioning. Of course, I did not enable it, I forgot it, but always create a bucket and enable the versioning for that, so that multiple versions of state file will be present. See, currently it's not enabled, but it's a good practice to enable like this. So it will store multiple versions of your state file, so they could, if something goes wrong, you can go back to old state file, you can able to do it. So like that. Now let's go to DynamoDB table. So where is it? So just table. So here, what happens here in DynamoDB table is, I don't know why you can't see it. See here, read usage, successful reads are there, write usage is there. What's happening here is, when you do something, see, it's created. Yeah, sorry. What is this? Is created something. Even I did not create it. Automatically it created. Let me tell you what's happening. What's happened here is, if let's say I uploaded something, sorry, I did some changes and did Terraform plan, right? So automatically it will create one, what is that? Sorry, connection for us. Simply we can say connection for us in DynamoDB table. If let's say someone again some change, this some developer did the change, and for them they'll be creating another another log ID like this. Why? Because to allow to edit the state file by multiple users at a time, without this concept, without this DynamoDB concept, if you let's say state file is in local, you cannot edit, you cannot run Terraform plan by multiple users, or Terraform apply, whatever the Terraform commands, you cannot use it at the same time. You have to use one by one. But with this, we're storing in S3 to store, securely, and we are using this something called DynamoDB table to lock the table. So now what's happening here is, if I access it, it will create a new unique ID for me. See the digest value. If I write again, if I some other guy, let's say some other user developer trying to do some same thing Terraform, for them there will be a new lock ID some randomly, and of course there will be a unique digest value for them also. So unique concurrency request it will allow with the DynamoDB table. Got it? That's about state file. Of course you may ask why I did Terraform init after adding the backend. You know what is this? Backend configuration is not part of Terraform infrastructure. I'm not creating any new infrastructure, right? This is for Terraform itself. This is for Terraform state itself, Terraform tool itself. That's why I made it. If you made a change to backend, you have to initialize the Terraform, so that Terraform will what it will do when you do Terraform init. It will initialize the environment for you. Backend is also part of that environment, right? See, that's why initializing the backend. So every time when you do Terraform init, what happens? It will initialize the environment for you. they'll ask these questions in interviews. What what does this Terraform init do? Terraform init initialize the environment for you in your local wherever you're running the Terraform. So it will initialize your backend if you have backend configuration. It will initialize your modules, initialize your provider plugins. Like currently we are using AWS provider, right? So AWS provider plugin it will initialize. If you're using some other plugin, it will initialize that. So it will initialize all these things. You can see the output here. Got it? Sorry. Is it clear? So that's about the state file. We'll be, every day, I told you that we have 12 members are there. So every day we'll be doing some things. So for us, each and every one, there will be a log ID created. So automatically, we can just simply, once our work is done, we simply come here and delete it. We can delete it. Yeah, let's go back here. Sorry. We can delete items. So we'll be deleting. Of course, without deleting also, it's fine, no worries. But the count items will be more. Because today we are working on something, it will create item for us like this log ID. Tomorrow it will create new one like that. So we don't want that, so we'll be deleting every time. But yeah, even if you keep also, there is no thing, it's not costly that much, so it's fine. So like that, DynamoDB and S3 is a combination for Terraform backend storage, where you will be storing your configuration, state file, state file in S3 bucket remotely. I'm telling you again, remotely, so that you can able to secure the state file, log the state file. Imagine there is no worst case scenario. I told you there is no backend configuration, there is no S3. You're storing the state file in local terraform.tf state. Maybe a guy like me, I accidentally deleted it. Gone. Of course, you can retrieve the state file, but I'm telling you, don't go that way. Always secure it. If you delete some infrastructure, you can easily revert it back with the Terraform state file. If the state itself is deleted, out of your hands. So don't go that far, okay? Always, I'm telling you, not just Terraform level, overall IT, don't delete anything unnecessarily. Even the size is getting huge, confirm twice or 10 times before deleting something. Even it is very basic log file also, don't delete it. If you delete, you can't retrieve it back. If that is important file, maybe for some reason, gone. Because some guy says, hey, delete it. Some guy says, don't delete it. You can't trust like that. IT is interested, don't work on trust. Correct? So don't trust like that. So get a confirmation from whoever the responsible person, or mail or something, then only delete something, and until then don't delete, even though your manager says it. Ask him to send a mail, him or her to send a mail, then only delete it. Just an advice I'm telling you, that's why. Trust me, I've seen it. So it's a blame game completely in IT. So something wrong, even though they told to you, they'll blame you. Hey, why you deleted? You should have asked someone like that. These guys are like that. We including me, also do like that. So don't do nothing like that. So yeah, that's about it. That's about the state file. So is it clear? Is it clear? I think Terraform apply is already done. Yeah, nothing. Terraform plan. Let's see again. Sorry, can you hear me at least? I'm just say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's about the state file. Now there is one last command which I would discuss. Sorry, the Terraform command. It is called Workspace. So I wanted to discuss this after the state file so that you will understand this. It's very simple. So there is a concept called Terraform Workspace, where now currently what's happening is, for our Terraform infrastructure we'll have only one state file. For all the infrastructure, only one state file. But let's say you have multiple environments, dev, prod, QA, like this, and you want to have separate state files for each and every environment. The code is same. I have a module, I'll be using the same module for all the environments, just change the values. But I want to have separate state files for each and every environment. Why like that? One state file is fine for everything, but yeah, I want to maintain it separately. I don't want to mix all of them. So I want to store them separately. what you do at that time. So that's where we have this concept called Terraform workspace. So where what happens is we'll create a workspace and we work on that. Each and every workspace will have a separate state file. Sorry, Terraform workspace list, obviously default will be there, default. So you can create your own workspace. Terraform workspace new, maybe dev, it will create a workspace for you. See, you are now in a empty workspace. Do Terraform plan. Let's see. So what's happening here is, see, it is telling to create again. Why the hell? I already created, right? Yes, you created. Now you created a new workspace. Within this new workspace, we haven't created it. So it will try to create the resource again, and of course it will try to have the new state file for you. So like that, it will tell you. So what I meant to say is, like, with Terraform workspaces, you can differentiate based on your environments. I mean, each and every workspace, uh, you will have your own, state file. So based on what, maybe, let's say environments, as I told, right, dev, QA, prod, pre-prod, I want to maintain separate state files because I don't want to touch anyone to touch production. So that's why I'll simply, maintain separate state files. So now what happens if I do Terraform apply, it will create the resources. Of course, it will throw error because the names I am using same names. I did not change the names. I had to change the names. So it will create again for you. So this instances, sorry, these resources, whatever we are creating now, is part of, what is it? Dev workspace. So now let's go to Terraform workspace, select default. It will come to default workspace. Now Terraform plan. Let's wait. See, it won't show anything because in this default workspace we have already created. See, like that you can able to create, what is it, workspace new prod, like this you can able to create. So like dev workspace is there, prod workspace is there. Those workspaces will have their own state files. Once we create it, obviously it will come. I don't want to create now, but yeah, that's how usually works. You want to delete something, I mean workspace, Terraform delete, sorry, workspace delete, sorry, Terraform workspace delete. What is it, dev you want to delete? So whatever, if you delete a workspace, what happens? Whatever the state file inside it will be deleted. Not in the infrastructure. Infrastructure won't delete. The state file, whatever the backend storage is there, right? That will be deleted. So like that. So this one, what is this? Workspace will let you have uh, separate state files based on whatever the workspaces you create. Mostly, everyone uses this workspace for environments purpose only. So they want to differentiate the state files based on the environments. That's why they use workspaces like dev, QA, prod, pre-prod, like this. We are also using workspaces, same thing. So we have workspaces, same thing, similar way. So we have multiple buckets. So we created, each and every workspace will have its own separate infrastructure based on dev, like that. For dev, there are different resources. For prod, there are different resources. Like this, we have. So that's what I want to tell you. So about the workspaces. So hope it's clear. I'm not creating because again I had to change the names I created, so that's why. So currently, which Terraform workspace list, if you type, it will show you which workspace you are in. Obviously, you are in prod. Now select, yeah, default. Sorry, I mean default. Terraform apply. Of course, there won't be anything to apply. Destroy. S3 bucket will throw the error now because I enabled the versioning. So I have to disable the versioning. The bucket has to be empty before deleting. Let's see. Yes, delete please. I mean, of course, whatever it's created. If I do destroy means whatever it's created through Terraform, whatever it's created, no matter what. It can be database, network, I mean, VPC, whatever it can be. Load balancer, auto scaling, everything will be deleted. Got it? And of course, you may ask, will the DynamoDB table be deleted? No, because we created that manually. With this backend S3 bucket configuration, which we used for the backend, will it delete? No, because we created that manually. I'm telling you, whatever we created, see, through Terraform, it will be deleted. The other bucket which is created through Terraform, so it is getting deleted. It deleted already. And if you want to delete a specific resource, what you do? There are multiple approaches. One approach, best approach I would say is comment out the code, the whatever the resource part, wherever it is. So Terraform thinks it's deleted. So Terraform thinks it's created unnecessarily, so it will delete it. Or you can use Terraform destroy the hyphen target the target resource name. That also fine. But yeah, always do comment out the code if you want to delete something. That's a neater way I would say. Got it? So that's about Terraform. Yeah, sorry, it is deleted. Now I will be deleting this bucket also. First, you know what I have to do? Delete all the objects. Empty the bucket. If you don't empty the bucket, Terraform, sorry, even AWS won't let you to delete. Permanently delete. Obviously, I have to delete it manually because this is not part of Terraform. So, how the hell Terraform knows? So, delete the bucket name. Let's copy it. Bucket is deleted. Go to DynamoDB table. Where is the table? Yes. Go to table. No use of table if you're not using Terraform. Just simply delete it. Confirm. Or you want to delete? Yes. Action done. Deleted. Items also. Items is a part of the table, right? So it's deleted. Done. Gone. See what we cleaned up everything. That's a good practice always to clean up. Got it? I don't have a Terraform documentation. Trust me. I've searched everywhere. I've written it, but I lost the mail. I, the number is lost which I assigned to mail. So all gone. So please, you have to watch the videos or follow the official documentation, or there will be lots of videos available, not just me, right? So lots of guys who have clear explanation about Terraform. So please follow them. Okay. So that's about Terraform. Terraform. It's done. With this, we closed our topics. Let me stop the recording first.